Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Northside Plow with Pop One Podcast here again with the boy Danny. Man, he went out to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, got 11th place at the regional.
Yes, sir.
And we had, who else did we have out there? We had Grim, our newest member. We had Devin out there, and our boy Tyler. He went out there too, and we're all getting ready for the regional coming up this weekend over in where are we going? Mendenhall, Mississippi. One up TCG. Shout out Fry.
Yep.
Going crazy, but let's see what you played, man. Let's see all the notes you got and everything. You're all ready to go. Let's get it.
All right, so first thing is I'll go ahead and do a tournament report. I'm also do some shout outs. So we also had J Rich go. He was hyping me up while he was still there. It was a 4-hour drive there and back, and we didn't start till 12, so he kind of dipped out a little bit.
Yeah.
It was we were there till 10 o'clock, I'll say that. So some shout outs first. Shout outs to obviously the Pop One Podcast, Preston, Michael, Jay, and Devin. We all got together the night before to celebrate Michael's top 32. Me and Michael did a little bit of theory, and so super shout out to Michael. He kind of put me on this deck. Shout outs to some boys back home. Shout outs to my buddy Leonard and my buddy Zach. They are literally on every single night testing with me. Zach doesn't even like the format. He actually hates this format, but he builds every single deck and he learns the combos to make sure that we are prepared for them at regionals. So Zach, thanks, bud. And then we've got regionals coming up this weekend, like Preston was saying in Mendenhall. I think our whole locals is going, right, Preston?
Pretty much, man. Yeah, I've counted at least 15 people heading out there, plus some people from down here that haven't played Yugioh in a while.
It's going to be sick. So if you guys are in the Mendenhall, Mississippi area this Saturday at, I think it starts at 10, be there.
Yeah.
At 1 up TCG. So I'll go over kind of my rounds. I played a lot of Kashchira. A lot. So round 1, Kashchira, 2-0. That was pretty quick. Round 2, Kashchira. I actually played the dude's teammate who I had just played in round 1. I 2-0'd him. I played another Kashchira in round 3. We 2-1 that guy. Game 1, I opened up unplayable. So spoilers, I'm playing Mathmech. I opened up, I could not craft you a worse hand. Round 4 was a Kashchira yet again.
Wow.
It was against Trevor. He just got top 32 in the YCS. He's with Goo Gaming right now. He's really, really good. He had the D shifter in game 3, and I couldn't outplay that.
Shout out Trevor, man.
Round 5 was Tearlaments. That was a rough game. We
really?
Actually went. Yeah,
Okay.
That deck is really hard for Mathmech, which is why you didn't see Mathmech a lot last format. We got into a top decking war, and I just beat him. He did get a little bit upset about it. Round 6, I think round 6 was, it was another Kashchira. And we 2-0'd him really quickly. I had actually just sat down and I was like, oh my god. And talking to him, I was like, oh my god, I have played Mathmech all day today. Or not Mathmech, Kashchira all day today. I want something different. Because even the Tearlaments player was playing a cash package. And he was like, so about that. And I was like, oh my god. Round 7 was ABC Punk Pile. We 2-0'd that guy. His deck was really cool, but it loses a lot of gold. So. And then round 8 was Sprite Runic. Game 1 was a good back and forth. He did win the dice roll. He won. Game 2, I blew him out because Mathmech stuff. And then game 3, I could play through every single interruption. I couldn't play through a solemn judgment. He had the judgment set, and that's how he got me. He was a really cool guy. He was dressed like a pirate. So shout outs to you, dude, if you see that. You're a really awesome opponent to play, and definitely no hard feelings. Round 9, this was my funny matchup. I sat down with the intentions to give whoever I was playing against the win, and they did not have their invite. I'm not trying to screw somebody out of their invite. However, he immediately sat down. We played. He won the dice roll and he told me to go first. I was like, ooh, big mistake, dude. I'm Mathmech. As I used a Mathmech card, he started bashing Mathmech, and I was like, oh, yeah, bro. I don't care whatever it takes. I'm 2-0 and you. Our match was done in 12 minutes. And he got really upset and stormed off. I am super sorry if you see this dude. Don't be that upset about it. He's playing Swords All. I have a really good matchup into you. It's not that big of a deal.
Okay, and it was 9 rounds, and Kashchira was very well represented, I would say, huh?
It was super well represented. I played so much of it. Unfortunately for them, I have a really good matchup into that deck. So without further ado, let's get into it.
All right, Danny. Let's see it.
All right, so like I said, we're playing Mathmech. This is the normal Mathmech package. There's nothing spicy about this. 3 diameter, 3 circular, 2 sigma, 2 addition, 2 subtraction. Big shout out to Brandon Ty. I ordered 2 of this, and then they sent me a 3rd addition instead of a 2nd subtraction. So Brian, thank you so much. I probably have to give this back to him on Saturday. So, I might steal it. So that's the normal package. That doesn't change. 3 parallel exceeds. Don't change that. Sometimes you can side one of these out when you're going second, because you want to see more of your going second cards than you want to see this. We play one of the equation, one of the super facts. Some people are playing 2 of this. I don't think that's necessarily wrong, but I don't like it. If they banish it, yeah. So the logic is if they banish it with Arise Heart, and if they banish it with Mind Hacker when they banish cards off the top of your deck, then you're kind of screwed. But the thing is that going second, you don't care about this card as much. You care about this card much more because you're going for the OTK usually. All right, obviously we're playing 3 Small World, we're playing 3 Sign Up Money. No surprise to anybody, you should not be playing any less than this. I know some lists are playing 2 Small Worlds. The thing is though, is that when you don't open Circular, you need to open Circular, and we want 9 Circulars in our deck, and that puts us right there. I'm also playing 2 Pot of Desires. This card is Crack. I was walking around the room though and watching a lot of Mathmech players, and this was the first card that they were doing when they had Circular in hand, and that made no sense to me. 1, Circular is cost, so it's always going to resolve to at least push Sigma to the grave. But this card is what you use at the end of your combo. You should not be using this at the start of it unless your hand is dead. So this sometimes does feel like a win more card because it'll put you at 7 cards in hand at the end of the whole combo. But I think that's fine, especially when you want to see hand traps going forward and you just want more. It's also, like I said, it's really good for when you don't open up your Circular. So now we get to the hand traps. The hand trap lineup is pretty standard. So it's 3 Ash, 3 Nib, 3 Veiler, 3 Imperm, and 2 Bell.
Yeah.
So this is actually the smallest amount of hand traps that I could agree to run. So talking with Murphy, you want actually 2 more than what I am running, but I have 2 more cards that we'll look at in just a second. So some people are choosing to play less Nibs. That's fine. The MVP all day was Veiler, weirdly enough. So the reason why is because if you see this card off of your Heat Soul draw, it's bad, especially when it's on their, it's bad on your opponent's turn. When you see this off of your opponent's turn, Heat Soul draw, it's fine and it's great. So this card did a lot of work for me today. Bell was fine. Bell was only like super good in the Tier Limits matchup. Again though, I played a lot of cash. So yeah, moving forward, so for this regionals this weekend, I'm actually gonna play the same deck, but change up some stuff. This will probably be Droll. Nib is Nib. It did some work. Against one of the cash tier players in round 2, I think he was going for his full combo. Which, I mean, as a cash tier player, you cannot just end on Rise Heart pass against Mathmech. I'll kill you. So you have to go for the combos, and I just had it. So yeah, this lineup is fine. Again, these will probably get changed to be Droll. So that's kind of like the wiggle room. We're playing 41 cards, and the reason why is because this is standard, right? No, everyone's running a Kaiju. This could probably be Santa Claus and be just as good. I don't think Santa Claus has any different stats than this for us to small world into. I just don't own that card, so it will probably be if I get it. This card, it did not matter for this tournament, but in testing, this card is amazing. If you play against Labyrinth, if you play against Skill Drain.dex, if you play against Rise Heart passes, this card is nuts. Why is this card nuts? It's Pendulum Zone. As you put in the Pendulum Zone, you pop a spell or trap. It's monster effect is you put it, you summon, normal summon it, you pop a monster. So they end on like Rise Heart pass, and it doesn't have free materials. You just pop it. That doesn't.
Run that in my deck,
yeah,
it's a good card.
It is a really good card. So that is the main deck. It's 41. It'll stay at 41 for the next regionals. Again, the only card that I'm changing is going to be the Bells for Droll. Alright, so looking into the extra deck, Mathmech extra decks literally have 2 wiggle room cards in my opinion. So I'll just show you the standard stuff. Lingaribo, Omirage, this card is literally there for when you draw a hand trap and Parallel Exceed or one of the subtraction cards. A lot of people I was watching would do like normal summon one of the hand traps, make this, and then try and Sigma early. The problem with that is as soon as you try and link off into something else, it does, like, your Sigma's gone. So that's kind of bad with Sigma. Cyrus Wicked, this is a part of the combo to put the circular back in your deck. We're running one update jammer. Some people are playing two of this. I completely understand why, but my logic for why not is because we don't have as great as a grind as we would like to have. So instead of that, I went with, 2 Splash Mages. So the Splash Mage helps our recursion and our like going forward and like trying to kill. So if you go first, you're using this, and then if they are able to like crack your board, you're using this on turn 3, whereas this is like a little bit different. So that was my logic for that. It worked out really well, and again, I played Kashtira all weekend, so this was ripped out of my extra deck a lot, and I just killed them anyways. You can normally kill even without this as long as you do not activate circular. Transcode, Heat Soul, double access code, yes, they're gold rarity, I'm poor. Laplation, Alimbertion. So I was doing this really cool thing where I was Laplationing on like turn 1 sometimes to rip a card out of hand, because honestly I just wanted to see. When I got X1, I didn't think that I was going to get them out anymore, so I was just kind of playing to have fun. Tyler doesn't have his invite yet, we were going there for that, so I was just trying different lines out. So I would Laplation to rip a card, and then I would Super Fact to make an Alimbertion and have like double playthroughs. Don't do that. Please do not do that. It's bad. But sometimes it is warranted to save this card. So again, like I said, we have, in my opinion, 2 slots. Mine were IP and Unicorn. This line always happened every single time I only had 1 hand trap in hand. If you only have 1 hand trap in your hand, that means you have extenders. If you have extenders, you need to be making this, because usually 1 super factorial is not enough. You need 1 super factorial and usually at least 2 other forms of interruption. If you only have 1 hand trap, this is how you get there. I don't think I summoned this once all day. I summoned this a lot, and this got in-primed a lot. So take that as you will. Again, though, I think it did fine for me. This upcoming weekend, though, this is going to be Link Spider, this is going to be Crystal Heart, because I'm going to be citing in the Gamma package, as well as, I got lucky, I didn't get nibbed all day. If you get nibbed, though, you kind of need some recursion. Michael Murphy did the magical rain dance for me, and we didn't believe that nib was a card. Alright, sideboard, I was actually kind of proud of this. Some cards I didn't see, but I'll tell you the cards that I did. Triple evenly matched, this card is good in theory. This card will probably go to 2 going forward, which I know is super weird, but yeah. Anti-spell, this card was amazing all day. I'm citing in 2. Most people are citing in 3 of this, but I'm citing in 2 because you either open it, draw it with Pot of Desires, or you use 4 materials and search it. The matchups that you're citing this in for, it is worth it to Alimbertion for 4 to search this card, because it auto wins you the game. What a lot of people are misplaying, though, is like, that is not the case when you go against Runic. This is not worth the using everything that you need. It is more worth it to put a Unicorn on or an IP with a Heat Soul on the field for Unicorn. That is because this card is like really good. Don't get me wrong against Runics, but it's like not as good because they can just chain everything to it. In the side, we're playing the Triple Drone Library. This card did work for me every time that I saw it. That's why I want to put it in the main board. Against the ABC pile deck, this is the only reason that I won in game 2 is because he immediately searched with Union Hanger. I drolled him, and he could only make a board of Regulus and the ABC Buster Dragon, and I went, that's really cool, but Lava Golem. Speaking of Lava Golem, we're playing 2 of them. We only played 2 because he's searchable. I actually might be cutting him down to 1. I probably won't, though, because I like Lava Golem. His art's cool. Triple Book of Eclipse.
It's a good card.
What, Lava Golem or Eclipse?
Eclipse.
Yeah, this card did work.
Nuts.
Again, we saw 5 cast here in a 9-round regionals. Yeah. So this card goes in. This card goes in first or second. It doesn't matter. So you just want to see this card. If you see this card against Cashier, you're probably winning the game. And the logic behind this too is like why this instead of Book of Moon is because if you draw a mediocre hand, which your mediocre hands usually have searches in them, and you Book of Eclipse and they ash, guess what? They're not ashing your other stuff. Alright, and then Called By and Harvey's Feather Duster. I didn't play back row deck all day. this went in every time I played against Cashier because I'm trying to dodge the shifter. Against Trevor, I didn't see the one of, and he saw one of the three of, which makes sense logically, and he blew me out. So,
yeah. He's just nuts, man. There's something going on.
Yeah, no, he's really good. It was really cool to play him again at a regionals. He got me back for hitting him with the there can be only one from the last regionals. So again, we're playing Mathmech. It was really good. It's super standard. Oh, shout outs to Clayton who just top 16, the YCS in LA. I took a lot of inspiration. This is literally his deck plus this card. But him and I kind of chatted in his comments about Nib versus Droll in the main, switching these out, and he convinced me to play Nib, so thank you for that because it did come up. So yeah, it was really good. You guys will see me this weekend piloting this. I hope to get a top 8 this time, bring home the mat, show you guys another Mathmech deck profile. I know they're super fun.
Yeah.
And then hopefully next week sometime you guys will see about 4 or 5 Pop 1 podcast deck profiles. I know Mr. Murphy is going to this regional, so we're going to see if he can take a dub along with his top 32. And then I bet you, as long as Preston doesn't see too many Sprite decks, we'll see him a Dolce deck profile on the.
It would be very nice.
So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. It was a big pleasure to play there. Other than it getting started super late, it was a lot of fun. So, Mr. Fry, thank you so much. I know that it was like 150 more people than you expected, so I do get that it took a little bit longer to start. It's like 266. We were 2 people over the 9-round cap.
Very nice.
Yes, it was.
Sounds like a fun day. You know, I know you guys had to travel a little bit. Was it 4 hours there, 4 hours back? So you're 8 hours driving. Plus, you know, it's a long 9 rounds, man. That wears me out.
So we left at 5 a.m. and we got back at 3.
Oh. Okay.
It was a long day.
Yeah. Who drove out? Who drove back?
Me and me.
Oh.
I don't trust Devin and Tyler. I'm not trust Devin. Tyler, I love you guys. I'm not trusting him to drive my car. As soon as Tyler got in the car, Tyler, I know you're mad, but it's okay. Tyler, like, and Devin, he's just chilling in the back.
Well, it sounds like a fun time. We'll have a good time this weekend. Before we go, what do you think is going to be, let's just say top 4 this weekend?
Top 4? You want players or you want decks?
Decks. Oh, we already know top 4.
Mathmech.
So Mathmech?
I think we're going to have Mathmech, Kashira, definitely a Sprite player. I want to say Rico because I love Tyler, but I think it's going to be 2 Cash Sprite. So I don't even think the Mathmech's going to be me. Hey, Michael, I hope you lose that early, so it's me. But
let's hope we see some Rogue out there. Let's hope to see some fun. You know what I mean? I love going to regionals, having fun with different decks that people like to bring out and build up. So, again, we'll be at Minute Hall this weekend, this Saturday, if you're watching the video before this Saturday. But shout out 10TCG. Shout out Danny for going out and playing again. We have like 6 profiles from you, all different decks, like going from Eldritch to Mathmech. We're going nuts, man. It's pretty cool. I'm really excited, and let's see what we can do this weekend. Hopefully, we'll see you guys again soon.
Yeah, see y'all Saturday.
All right, peace.